Okay, this is episode 101 of RV Dream Makers. And we skipped a week because of the Super Bowl. Forgot to say that in our previous video. But in this episode, we are going to show you our top 10 boondocking sites since we started back in January of 21. And the first one is, well, actually number 10. We'll go backwards. Number 10 is BLM 144 Dispersed, and this is north of Moab, and it's closest to Arches and Canyonlands. And it was a great area, wasn't it? You really liked it.
Well, yeah, there was like these purple wildflowers everywhere. There was nobody around where we got a great spot, and you're at the back entrance of Arches, so we got to go in the back entrance and do a hike down there that most people wouldn't go to from inside the park. So, but it was just like wide open. It was really nice. Yeah, it was. The road was a little rough going in. We've done way worse.
Yeah. But, yeah, there was nobody around. You couldn't hardly see.
At the entrance there was.
Yeah, at the very beginning it was kind of crowded, but where we went to was really nice. And then on past us down the road, it was pretty kind of crowded too on the weekends.
But you could take long walks. You could, yeah, there was. And then, like I said, nice. The back entrance to Arches.
Cows were probably the biggest nuisance.
Yeah, the cows came up and were on our mat and stuff.
Okay, number 9 is Valley of the Gods, and you see this a lot in our opening. It was just a neat place. We could walk the road, go see other stuff. It was close in proximity to Monument Valley. You could actually see Monument Peaks from our RV. Beautiful sunrises and sunsets. It was really interesting getting in there though, because we actually had to cross a creek with our fifth wheel. It was really interesting though, but it was like almost like a concrete or / rock across the bottom, so it wasn't that deep. But then we had to come up a steep hill, and when you're going up that steep, you can't see what's on the other side if anybody's coming, because pretty much it was a pretty narrow road at that point. That was probably the hardest thing about it. But really, once again, nobody around us.
Well, we got a great spot where it was
right.
Just us, kind of secluded. And at the end of the road we were on is actually the Mogi Dugway.
Yeah, so if you drove our road to the end, you went to the Mogi Dugway, which we
did it one day.
Yeah.
Just to see about taking our RV out that way, and then
it was pretty long.
Yeah.
Pretty long and rough. Okay, number 8 is the Alabama Hills, and we've heard that they have closed some of that off since we've been there. We were there in 21, and it was just, I guess, because of the location. We're right there on big rocks, big giant rocks. Biggest negative out of that is we had a bunch of people parking by our RV on the weekends that were rock climbers.
Because we parked at a climbing spot, which we had no idea that
right.
we were at.
But it was in a beautiful area. It's the same spot. You could actually see our spot in the movie Iron Man when he's flying over it in his iron suit, and they show above him. I went back and looked at it, but you look down and it's you could tell the same spot where we were parked. Not at the same time, obviously, but when they filmed it, nobody was down there. I guess when they filmed it there, they cleared everybody out. They filmed commercials there, so we saw them filming a Toyota commercial there one day. But anyway, that's number 8. Number 7 is the Goat Creek Snow Park. They call it a snow park because during the winter, the snowmobiles I guess they go unload them all there, and they go up through the trails, mini trails. But what was so great about this, we were in the pines, and we were just so close. You could just walk out there and walk for miles down beautiful trails along a beautiful river. The bridge was really good.
Yeah, we still had Samson then, and it was awesome with him.
Yeah, and we had a lot of good walk.
It's just a parking lot, but you had accessibility to trails, and we were, like you said,
and it was a beautiful river
yeah,
next to it, and the pines, and it was a great spot. It was the first spot I ever had to really use my generator because we couldn't get any sun.
we were so shaded.
Yeah, we were so shaded by the pines we didn't get any sun. Okay, number 6 is the Cienega campground, which is south of Tucson, and it's where we went to Empire Ranch, which is not too far. You could walk around there. It was great. Again, you're not really too close. There's only like 8 spots down this one road. We've stayed there twice. We really like it.
Beautiful sunsets.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
When Michelle, who's afraid
Beautiful.
of heights, climbs up on top of the fifth wheel to film the sunset, you know it's a pretty special sunset.
It is beautiful sunsets there.
Yeah. Number 5 is Surfside Beach, and yeah, we've only been on one beach, but it to me, I don't see how it could be topped. It just depends on the time of year you go to, because when we went a different time of year, the second time, we got attacked by mosquitoes. I mean, it was crazy.
It was horrible.
It wasn't very enjoyable.
It was
and
super humid.
everything was getting soaking wet.
And the mosquitoes were horrific.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
But the first time we were there, it was absolutely perfect.
Oh yeah. It was
Beautiful weather.
It was later.
No, it was actually earlier. Or no, it was later.
It was later.
Because we did it in December of last year, and it was terrible. But when we did it in January of 21, it was
perfect.
great. Okay. Number 4 is the Salmon River. That's the one we did this year. Was up in the Sawtooth, parked right on the river. Just an absolutely beautiful spot. Beautiful. The river, a lot of people fished it, but it was just so great to listen to the river going to sleep, or when you get up in the morning. We didn't even play our noise machine, did we? No, we didn't even have to play our noise machine. It was just fantastic. We were 25 yards away from it where we were parked.
Which it was the backside. The road was close where people drove by, and we ended up having somebody pull in right at our bumper.
Yeah.
Which was pretty crazy, but just to be along a river is what's awesome about it. It'd be even better if it was more of a private spot, but
Yeah.
and there was a hike that started right from there that we ended up hiking. It was like 8 miles, wasn't it? That hike?
Yeah, there were some good hikes right from that spot too. So, all right, number 3 is Owens River Road Dispersed Camping in Mammoth Lakes, California. And this place was phenomenal. We can't wait till we get to go back there. We think we might get to go back there next year towards the fall. I don't know. We got to figure out our mapping out for next year. But yeah, it was great. It was perfect, especially if you got dogs. It was absolutely perfect. There was hardly anybody there at that time of year. Of course, we were kind of early because there was still stuff and snow that we couldn't get to. But there was so many things that we did there. We did what? Name all the stuff we did. We did a lot.
I don't even. There was the Convict Lake. There was the Salt Lake. I don't even remember what
Mono
the name of it. Mono Lake. There was where we hiked down to see the pillars on the lake. There was the hot spring that we walked along.
Crowley Lake.
We did the hot spring. We hiked in the park or whatever, remember, because they had the road closed.
Right.
So we hiked back, but we didn't get to see the Devil's Post Pile because it was closed.
Right.
But it's a phenomenal area.
There's
it's
so
like
much
Lake
to do
Tahoe.
in that area. It was incredible.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. Okay, number 2 was this year at Tom Springs Road at Bryce Canyon, and it was incredible. We were up 8,000 feet. It was right there the last, I think it was the weekend of Memorial Day weekend.
It was.
And it was just absolutely beautiful area. Pines everywhere. Nobody really close, but there was a ton of camping down that road. I mean, there was places you could go back. I'll bet you there was 100 different spots.
We found a phenomenal spot,
Yeah,
though, where we could just have some privacy.
And
it's not very far from the park at all.
No, not from the entrance to the Bryce Canyon. It was
not a bad drive at all.
Okay, and our number one place, and it's very disappointing because we just found it out this week, is Sedona. And that was last year we stayed there? Yeah.
We've stayed there twice.
We've stayed there twice, in 21, and then we did last year. And last year, it was a phenomenal place. Just beautiful spot. And the Red Rocks, you just open your door, there's the Red Rocks. And it was unbelievable. And what's unbelievable is we just went 2 days ago, and they have shut it all down to campers except for some designated spots. There used to probably be 60, 70 spots down Road 525 on Lloyd Butte Road. And now it's down to about 6 big ones, and that's it.
There's no private ones at all.
No private ones at all. It's just sad. I mean, I don't know what caused it. If they were having with people trashing them up, or I have no idea.
We never saw anything.
We never saw any problems.
We were down there, but any spot we got to looked fine.
Yeah.
But
and we stopped and took Paul and Deb out and walked around the spot where it used to be, but they hauled in big rocks and blocked off every one of them and put signs up that said no camping and no campfires. So I don't know what happened, but it's very disappointing because it was our number one spot to stay. It was just beautiful, you know, with the red rocks and everything.
Which you can still go down there, but you will not find a private spot. And it still does, some of them back in there have phenomenal views, but it's just a group spot.
Yeah.
And they put porta potties there, and so they, you'll just be with other people. You just won't have the privacy, but
I think the road to me seemed a little rougher, didn't it to you?
I don't know.
It was pretty rough, but anyway, so another thing we want to talk about in this video is our next video is going to be about the top 10 campgrounds that we stayed at. Mainly BLMs, our state parks, our reservation.gov campgrounds. But what we really need out of all our viewers is we want your questions. Questions about boondocking, questions with our RV or truck, what type of RV, any question you can come back with to let us know. We need you to send it to, you can put it in comments after this video, and then let's put it in comments after this video when you see it, or you can do it in any video and it'll come straight to my email. So please put in the comments, ask all the questions. We would like to get a ton of questions. If there's too many, which would be great, we'll pick out the top 20, 30, whatever, I don't know, however long it takes us to answer. But please ask questions. It doesn't matter what it pertains about. Areas we've been to, where we're going, what our plans are, how far out I plan, how we do fuel. You know, there's so much things I could tell you. So the next video will be on campgrounds, and then maybe the one after that might do with all the things that I've changed on the RV along with the question. I don't know. We'll see how many questions we get. Hopefully we'll get plenty. All right. So send us those questions. All right. You got anything else?
Mm-mm.
All right. Just remember, God loves you, but only Jesus can save you.
See ya.